music that you're seeing here is Henry Mancini's theme from the Pink Panther. The reason that you're able to see it is because it's being played on an open source MIDI application called MIDI Trails. An example of an emerging technology that's being used in today's music classroom. Technological change is of course not new to music. The invention of the piano around the turn of the 18th century enabled composers such as Mozart and Beethoven after him to compose music that was more dynamic and diverse than previously possible. For us, however, the major significance of the piano is its UI, its user interface, if you like. The piano keyboard offers an excellent layout for systems of pitch in Western music, and it remains essential learning for all students of music, regardless of their chosen instrument. Now, there's no reason that this keyboard should be abandoned, but as new technologies emerge, there is equally no reason that it cannot be enhanced as a learning tool. Emerging pedagogies will continue to use learning tools such as this to encourage higher order thinking with the student at the focus. This, of course, hasn't always been the case. In the bad old days, of course, the teacher ruled the space. He or she would sit up the front of the class with the big desk and all the resources, while the students sat in neat rows all lined up so that the teacher could see exactly what each and every one of them were up to. And while things are obviously changing, it's still not uncommon to see this arrangement in many modern classrooms. The key, on the other hand, to modern interactive learning spaces is that they should distribute this focus so that they can allow collaboration. Everyone should have an equal ownership of a shared space, whether it be the whole room or segments of it. Spaces that are inclusive of all students. They need to be open and inviting, and they need to be easy to move around in. They need to be flexible enough to accommodate changing technologies, surround sound, 3D images, a recording space. Who knows what we're going to need to put in there in future years. One way of creating these spaces is through virtual learning spaces. All of the same principles apply, particularly when those environments such as the ones that you see in Second Life are so successful at replicating real-life physical spaces. Second Life is also a great way to encourage collaboration. It brings people into a common space, albeit a virtual one. Within these physical spaces, both real and virtual, students can have their own individual learning space, where both local and online networking technologies can provide them with opportunities for communication and, importantly, for collaboration. Senior students particularly spend a lot of their learning time in ensemble performance and so are dependent on very small groups, often missing crucial ensemble members. Classical players may not have the opportunity to participate in ensembles at all. As communication technologies improve, on the back of initiatives such as the National Broadband Network, the ability for ensemble work over online networks will present itself. It has already started in other parts of the world. Local networks can already provide opportunities for collaboration through the use of digital audio workstations, a technology that allows students to interact via the piano keyboard with a rich variety of emerging technologies. This provides some significant scope for higher order learning. These workstations allow students to make choices and to take risks. They come to an application such as this with some prior knowledge, ready to challenge and develop their understanding. In this example, evaluating a number of different drum beats before choosing one. Choosing an instrument for a particular part, playing that part, choosing another instrument for another part, or perhaps collaborating with another student to take on the next part of the task. Analysing and evaluating their work, and finally making changes. Engaging in a reflective practice. Applications such as this are currently available for the iPad and for the iPhone, albeit with lesser functionality. These more portable devices and those that will follow them will also prove influential in the emergence of new pedagogies. They allow students to take their learning with them, closing the gap between school and other areas of the student's life. They make collaborative communication easier, and they help normalise the technologies and the pedagogies that are at use in the classroom. Emerging pedagogies, perhaps most importantly, encourage creativity on the part of the teacher. They encourage innovation and ongoing reflection as new technologies emerge. The technologies create spaces for students to take charge of their learning, to engage in higher order thinking, and to continually re-evaluate their current knowledge.